Hello there, and the story ninjas in the house, bringing stories to you wherever you are. Well, listening ninjas, it's my birthday month. I take the whole month. Why not? And I found a story called Happy Birthday, Jamela, written by Niki Daly, one of my very favorite local authors, illustrators, and artists. Well, let's find out what happens around Jamela's birthday. Because as you agree, birthdays are a special time, isn't it? Most importantly, special presents and birthday cakes. Well, Jamela felt like jumping out of her shoes. Soon it would be her birthday. You know, Jamela, I am so happy you were born, said her mama. Let's have a party to celebrate. Oh, and Gogo says you were such a lovely fat little baby, squeezing Jamela. And look at you now, such a big girl. I think many of us hear the same things round about the time of our birthdays. Well, the very next day they went shopping for birthday clothes. First they looked at dresses, and Jamela tried on lots until they found one that was just right for a party girl. Jamela twirled around like a model. And Mama said, "Ah, that dress is so beautiful, but you can't wear it with those shoes." Jamela looked down at her shoes. They were her favourites, no doubt, but a little bit battered up. So they went to a shoe shop, packed with shoes in every colour and style. "How about these?" asked the sales lady. "They are princess shoes." And Jamela looked at the sparkly buckles and satin bows. Mama looked at the price. "They're pretty, very pretty," said Gogo. "Ah, yes, but we need shoes that Jamela can also wear to school," said Mama. Ever so practical. She gave the shoes back to the sales lady. Well, what pair of shoes do you think they're going to choose next? Well, Jamela's heart sank. She loved those sparkly princess shoes. Well, the sales lady came back with a pair of black school shoes. "Those look nice and strong." "How do they feel, Jamela?" asked Mama. "Fine," said Jamela, but she really wanted to cry. What next? Well, back home, alone in her room, Jamela wished that somehow when she opened the shoebox, she'd find the princess shoes inside. But when she looked, a pair of strong black school shoes lay there like heavy bricks. They smelt nice, but they could never ever be birthday girl shoes. Birthday girl shoes had to be pretty. They needed to sparkle and glitter. And suddenly Jamela had an idea. Now that little face surely looks like a host of ideas are brewing. Well, she got out a box of treasures, and for ages she'd been collecting precious beads, sparkly and glittery bits. Carefully, she glued all these beads and bits all over her shoes until they sparkled and glittered and shone. And then she ran off to the kitchen to show Gogo and Mama. Oh, wow! Look at those shoes. "Look, Mama," said Jamela. When Mama looked, her eyes almost fell out. "Oh, no!" she cried. "What have you done to your new school shoes?" Gogo wanted to laugh, but wasting money was no laughing matter, so she frowned instead. "I can't even look at you, Jamela. Look at what you've done," said Mama. "Hamba! Go away, Jamela!" And she waved her arms as though she wanted to sweep Jamela out of the house. Jamela's lip trembled. She looked around for help, but Gogo pointed to the door. Mama needed time to cool down. I think many of us have been in those moments, whether you the mama, whether you Jamela, or whether you Gogo. Anyway, Jamela went outside and sat on the pavement. She was very, very sad. When Armin the fruit seller passed by, he asked, "Oh, what's the long face, Jamela?" So she told him. Well, I must say I like fancy shoes, but your mama works very hard, and you shouldn't waste her money. And just then someone said, "Whoa! Your shoes are absolutely fabulous." Jamela looked up, and it was Lily, the bead lady from up the road. Somebody, finally, who appreciated her beautiful shoes. You know what? Those sparkly shoes would sell like hotcakes on my stall in the market. How would you like to make sparkly shoes? Of course, Jamela nodded. She managed a little smile. Early the next morning, Jamela and Lily began to decorate some plain shoes that Lily had bought at the supermarket. Now this looks like a workshop I'd love to work in. Sparkly beads and all kinds of pretty things. Lily had boxes and bottles of treasure. Jamela had never seen such wonderful beads ever. "What shall we call our shoes?" asked Lily. Lily thought. "Princess shoes," Jamela said. And she was still thinking about those beautiful shoes she wanted so much. Of course, I don't think she's going to forget about them in a hurry. "Not bad," said Lily, and then she snapped her fingers and announced, "Ta-da! I think we should call these shoes Jamela shoes, after their talented designer." That's a good name, isn't it? Yes. Jamela beamed. That weekend, Lily and Jamela set up their stall in the market. As soon as they unpacked the Jamela shoes, people started to gather. No one had ever seen anything quite like them. Well, the shoes sold like hotcakes, and some of the girls were still queuing when finally they'd all gone. But Lily said she'd take orders for more. And this setup really reminds me of the days when I would be on the market. Yes, I also traded on the market with beads and things. And at the end of the day, Lily counted up her money, probably the best time of any trader's day. And Lily handed Jamela a bundle of notes. "This is your share, partner." Wow! Jamela couldn't believe her eyes. She was rich. Now she could give Mama the money to buy her school shoes. Mama was amazed to hear that Jamela had been earning money from her jazzy shoes. She gave Jamela a big hug, looked at the notes and said, "Well, this is more than enough for your school shoes." "Ha! And you are really full of tricks," said Gogo. Well, on her birthday, Jamela looked beautiful. All her favorite people were there. Let's see. She's wearing those sparkly shoes she'd made and a pretty party dress. All her guests had arrived, friends and family, with presents. So when all the presents had been opened, Mama handed Jamela a big, big carrier bag. What could be in there? Well, Jamela dipped in and pulled out a pretty box with a card that read, "Happy birthday, Jamela, from Mom." Jamela opened it and pretended to be surprised. "New school shoes," she cried. "Encosi, Mama." "Keep going," said Mama. "There's something else." And once more Jamela dipped into the bag. Another box. Oh, and she grinned as she read the card. Written in Mama's handwriting, though. Let's wait for it. "Happy birthday, Jamela. From Jamela." Open it up, Jamela," said Gogo. "You want to know what's inside that box too?" Yes. Jamela opened the lid and squealed with delight. "Princess shoes!" Put them on," cried Gogo. Lily helped Jamela fasten the sparkly buckles. Jamela stroked the satin bows. "Oh, they really are shoes for a princess," said Mama. "But I'm also very happy that you have new school shoes." "And Jamela shoes for dancing," said Lily. And Gogo said, "Who's got lucky feet?" Well, like many of us, I know there are shoe lovers, collectors of shoes. strong and sturdy, and some of them are sparkly and, well, shoes fit for a princess. But let's hear. The birthday is not over. Everyone sang to Jamela. Mina mandi kue, mina mandi kue, mina mandi Jamela, mina mandi kue. Well, then Jamela blew out her 7 candles and made a great big wish. Yes, for more jazzy, sparkly, funky shoes. Well, that's the end of our story, listening ninjas. So birthday wishes, may yours come true. But I think before we do a Jamela and sparkle up our school shoes, I think it's best to just ask our big person in charge. So until next time, goodbye.